A few months ago, an injury to my left hand severely impacted my efficiency in AutoCAD. I could no longer interface with the keyboard for numerical distance entry like I could before. While AutoCAD has no built-in interface system to take the place of keyboard numerical entry, I'm going to walk you through how to set that up using a tool palette system. If you're one of those users that interact with AutoCAD using both mouse and keyboard entry, and let's say the hand you use for the keyboard suffers some sort of injury, broken finger, cut, whatever, and it makes it to where you can't interact with the keyboard as efficiently or at all. There's a way to interface with AutoCAD to where you can actually use icon entry for numerical value input. That's really one of the biggest reasons people use the keyboard, is to type in distances for offset, values for fillet radius, dimension text, things like that. And by default, there's no location in AutoCAD that has any icons or menu for this numerical entry system, but you can make one. This can be done using either tool palettes, the ribbon system, or a toolbar icon system. In this example, we're going to walk through the tool palette setup. So step one, we're going to go over to the View Ribbon tab. On the Palettes panel, we're going to activate the Tool Palettes icon to bring up the Tool Palettes interface. It's best practice, if you're going to do something like this, you go ahead and set up a new custom tool palette instead of changing any of the default ones that come out of the box. So to do that, we're going to right click on any one of the tool palette tabs, select New Palette. You can give the palette a name. Now we have to get commands into the tool palette, and it has to be a particular command that's going to allow text entry. On the home ribbon, I'm going to use the mtext command to create a block of mtext. Now at this point, the mtext doesn't have to say anything specific. Test is a good entry point to start with. Once I have that object created, I can grip select that text entry, drag it and drop it into my custom tool palette. Once it's in here, I have to make a few changes. You might want to change the icon, personal preference, if you want it to look like a dimension or maybe a series of numbers. You don't have to, but it is an option. In order for this to work, we're going to have to change the properties of this particular command in the tool palette. So I'm going to right click on that command, go to properties, and here I can change the name to reflect what this particular one does. So we'll say 0.25 is going to be the text entry. I can put in a description to reflect that. And then down here under the command section of the properties, we're going to take out the actual command that launches the mtext, and instead we're going to enter the value we want, 0.25. Say OK, that completes the properties. What this now allows me to do is when I need to invoke that size or that dimension, let's say if I draw a circle and I use the offset command and I want to enter that distance using that icon, when I'm setting at the distance prompt, I simply come over here, click that distance value. It sets that as the distance, as you can see reflected down here in the command line. Click my object and click my value. As you see, this methodology can be applied to multiple entries and multiple values, especially in a setting with standard value inputs such as an architectural industry or even in a machine shop with particular drill depths or machining sizes. It works out great. So if you've got the need to enter a particular value, going back to the offset command again to change that distance, I simply click any one of the values listed here in the tool palette. So in this case, I'll offset the inner wall for a 1/2 inch inner material, relaunch the command again, and I'll offset it for a different value, the outside wall. So if you ever find yourself injured or otherwise unable to use both hands to interface with the software, this could be a nice trick, if you will, to increase efficiency to where you can be quicker even working through an injury.